सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
They, what are you doing here standing? Sana's voice broke my daze. I started and looked at her. She was looking at me. Do you have any work for me? I asked. She shook her head. No, for now, you can go. I ran out of her room. I went to Miss John and asked her to have lunch, as it was her medicine time. She nodded. After giving Miss John her lunch and then medicine, I went to the kitchen and had my lunch. After that, I did my studies in my room. I went to making dinner in the kitchen. My all day went like always, but a smile and the joy in my heart was something new. I can't wait to see him. After every minute, my mind went to the last night and then the morning. I was feeling happy that Jungkook was behaving lovingly with me. He even started teasing me. His affection, something I craved for so long, and I was praying a lot to keep Jungkook showing his affection on me. Jungkook was again late at 9 o'clock, and everyone just had their dinner and to their room. But today, Sana was sitting on the sofa doing some work on her laptop. I was waiting for Jungkook to come. I know, if Sana was there, then I should wait for him. But I could not help. I want to see him. Leaning on the wall, I'll wait for him. Almost an hour later, I heard a car. When I smiled, I was about to go to open the door, but seeing Sana still sitting on the sofa, I stopped. She will, if open the door before bell ring. I stared at Sana, but she may be very busy that she didn't hear the car. And the door opened itself. Jungkook opened the door with a spare key. His eyes started meet mine. Sana, do you want anything? I asked. She looked at me and shook her head. Jungkook realized I looked towards Sana, who didn't feel his presence yet. Jungkook greeted with a loud voice, grabbing her attention. Sana looked at him and smiled. Again late? She asked. Jungkook beside her. Yeah, he muttered, resting his head on the back of the sofa. Had you eat? She asked, closing her laptop. No, I'm hungry, he said. I was standing there, hearing their conversation, feeling guilty. I stepped back and was about to go to my room when Sana called me. They, here's Jungkook food and serve him. Jungkook, you go first to fresh up. You look really tired, she said, standing up. Holding Jungkook's hand, she took him with her. I hid the food and placed the dishes on the table. I thought Sana will, and so it was not a nice idea to be here. I took an apple to eat as I had not eaten my dinner and walked to my room. Where are you going? His voice stopped me. Turning around, I found Jungkook. It is t-shirt and trouser, hair straight, wet, brushes his forehead. He looked handsome. I felt my cheeks burning up and lowering my gaze. I looked at his face. He had a small, amused smile on his face, which made me blush even more. He noticed me, shaking my head, not making it more embarrassing for me. I replied, I thought Sana is with you, so I left the sentence, as I know he will understand. She is asleep, he shrugged, and walking toward the dining room. I follow him. Surely, you have not eaten your dinner? He asked, eyeing on my apple. I shook my head as no. Then sit. Holding my hand, Jungkook made me sit with him. We had our dinner in peaceful silence. Jungkook was looking really tired today, as he didn't get up after dinner. Are you okay? I asked. Yeah, just a little headache, he said, rubbing his forehead with thumb and two fingers. Should I make you a cup of coffee? Ah, that would be great. Jungkook smiled. I smiled back. Okay, you go and wait for me in the living room. I will come with your coffee, I said, and went to the kitchen. After making him coffee, I went to the living room. His head rested on the head of the sofa. While he was rubbing his forehead, I felt an ache in my heart. I can't see him in pain, not even in a headache. Putting the coffee on the table, I stood beside the sofa and held his hand. Jungkook shot and stared at me. I was feeling nervous, but still, when I moved his hand away from his hand beginning, he stared at me, not saying anything before something. Closing his eyes, we both became relaxed, and I did nice and strong head massage, trying to smooth all his age. I didn't realize how much time passed, but then he held my hand and opened his eyes. Come here. He motioned me to sit beside him, still holding my hand. I came forward and sat beside him. I never expected, but it happened. He lay on the sofa and put his head on my lap. I became tensed. Holding my hand, he put it again on his head. Silently, I obeyed. My eyes went to the table and I smacked my forehead. Your coffee turned cold. I will make it again, I said, try to get up. But he held my hand tightly. There is no need of coffee now, he muttered, smiling. I nodded and continued my task. He gazed at me and then slowly put his hand on my cheek, carrying it with his back of his head. He is out of nowhere. I felt my heart thumping in my chest. His hand went to the back of my head and pulled me. He put his finger on my lip. Shh, I like to see it. With your open hair, he whispered. I felt my heartbeat stop. A blush creep on my cheeks. He smiled and tugged my hair behind my ear before closing his eyes. With a smile on his face, I stared at him without realizing. Finsley away, both of us. I wake up with an uncomfortable feeling in my body. I feel aging everywhere. Opening my eyes, I look my surrounding before feeling something heavy on my lap. Looking down, I found Jungle asleep on the sofa and head on my lap, arms wrapped around my stomach. Remembering last night, sudden panic surged in me. It's the morning and in the day of flight. Being our secret out. No, I didn't want Jungkook to face anything he's not ready for. Listen, I shook him a little. Wake up, please. God, he's a heavy sleeper. Wake up before anyone come. I shook him harder, and he opened his eyes, blinking a few times. His eyes settled on me, and then he jolt up, looking around to make sure no one sees us. I slept last night here, he asked, and I stood up and nodded. Why didn't you wake me up? I'm sorry. I didn't realize. When I fall asleep,